All right, so this is just a little quick little video. Now we've been learning from the simple fact of saying, hey, we're gonna start to record it, okay? Because things be happening and things be coming in out in the readings, and we want to make sure we catching certain stuff. All right. So coming into the reading at first, when we sit up here talking, um, he was talking about being able to recognize about certain things, about all the people, place, or things, and recognizing that the freaks come out at night. Even considering that the simple fact it could be your girl or your boy of your dreams, that somebody, anybody could be an energy vampire. So, and that is with any of your companions, your partners, lovers, any baby mamas, baby daddies, any friends with benefits, lovers, chippies, homies, home beloved friends, that's revoked. And then I'm recording. And then there's contractual agreement with any marriages, any oaths, any commitments or soul ties or past lives, or any sexual rings or metal rings. Okay? Okay. Just okay. Toes up on that one. So yes. So in this communication in the gardens, okay, in the communication of the way of networking, social networking, meeting up with all these different people, whether it has a party train or a sexual partner or menage a trois or any types of secrets that one might have, even within this criminalistic felonious capers. So respect this. Respect this communication as well, is what it's saying. Respect the dirty moves, the bitch moves, the sinking ships, the internet stalking, all that shit. All that shit go along with it. Okay? That's what it do. So the boundaries, and this is what we're talking about as far as boundaries and hereditary traits, and those hereditary traits that begat sticky situations, that caused a lot of chains and people being bound by certain things during this awakening, um, and or spiritual awakening, as well as receiving a rude awakening, whether it came to their uh, root core issue, whether it be their root chakra, their deep penetration, any backdooring, any sex trafficking, any core issues, mommy daddy issues, any masturbation or any types of sexual misuse, but things that did not produce any directional flow or action or precision. Um, that actually it was a lot of friction in the community, though, a lot of gaslighting in the community movement with the lovers and a lot of the unions and romances and intimate connections and situationships, even though there might have been gifts to have been exchanged between people, whether it be sexual favors or money or flowers, gifts exchange, or any types of bonus bodies or side pieces. um, they was just tricks. It says brother had tricks. The boys just had tricks. The men just had tricks. So, and I'm assuming that I'm gonna use that as the divine masculine. I'm gonna still try the divine masculine had tricks, is what it's saying. So even though this person might have wanted to be a star, or they are a star at some point, they needed to try to tap into their own internal compass, when it came to any types of union, or directional flow when it came to romance, and maybe try to get a picture of intimacy, intimate connections, and take action and precision toward any situationships. You know who we ain't talking about exactly? That's what Neutral said. Oh, wait, but let me take these headphones off so then you can hear on the. It'll be. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, we'll put you up here. All right. What's this
Oh wow. Now it's all making sense. Just my whole life. Wait a minute. What's going on right now?
up? Okay, so, oh, I don't want to take all those, but just for shits and giggles, let's just see. It's about ancient knowledge, planting, reaping, and sowing, and being down while the ancestors are speaking, and your expectations and or what do you expect from the delivery of the information that is being and or given and huh. Loyalty, okay, that's what it said. Loyalty. There's no loyalty, is what they just said. And this the top part said no. What's happening? Okay, better. All right. Have some boundaries. All right. So be hopeful, even though things might seem like they're at a standstill. There are some things that are being done behind the scenes. This Earth Angel, when it comes to any lovers or unions or romance or intimate connections or situationships, I just heard governmental properties. Yep, delivered. Text, call, or music or telepath. Being a spiritual narcissist. This is and or both ways as person that is a spade is a spade. This is destiny. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, this is not funny, but it's funny.
It's not funny, but it's funny. It's like, whoa.
I already know what we're talking about.
So the snakes of the danger of the lies and deceit and betrayal of being 10 toes down with thinking things were lucky or that were of gain in the boundaries that were set or any boundaries that may or may have not been set. It looks like it created a lot of violence and anger and fighting with people. And God was like, that made God angry. That made the universe angry. And so all those gifts and bonus bodies and sexual favors and gifts and cars and money and bonus bodies and everything that everybody thought that they were DNA coded resource for to be able to get and potential mates and money and businesses and stuff like that. Um, it was a lot of ancient knowledge and tantric knowledge, sacred knowledge, some things that your mama should have told you type of shit. So, sexual practices, things of sexual core issues. So, now it's slip up. So it's will there's going to be some success and growth of the information. Is going to be may about children. It's going to be innocence, but there may be something that may be come to the forefront.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Has to do with um, reaping and sowing, and those seeds that have been planted from the harvest that have been revoked by the forefathers and or a father, a divine masculine, definitely. He could be a forceful type of a guy, but this person, it has to do with things of loss, thievery, some, miscreant type of bull crap, someone being jealous of someone else's gift and or something that someone else got or has that they feel like they should have and or they got before them, whether it be in a job or a situation or a situation with a female or either way where,
Gosh.
somebody might be a cheater or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, oh dang, I should have got with her and somebody else got the person and like they feel like that person should have been with them. But it was all because of this contractual agreement with the givers and the takers, the givers and the receivers, and the loyalty um, with this divine feminine or
Mm,
sister time.
mm,
Time sister is what it said. So the ancestors speak at this time, telling me to drink some water, which I do need to. 10 toes down about it, about these lies and deceit and betrayal, the things that have been lucky and or the things you thought that were of Midas touch to create these boundaries and time in face down. Be down this time. Listen. So this close friend and or cousin, messengers on top and destinies on the bottom. This close friend, what is that? Divine masculine, destiny. This person may work a lot. This person may be manipulative and cunning and or sly, may be devious. This person may be slick or sneaky, may have fucked up the church's money. Now, one thing that I do know that in this reading and or any reading, divine masculine or any masculine energy, that can be different and for any woman and or man because of the way that the real true energy is of the androgynous energy like that to be able to some women are more manly and hold the masculine energy more so than some women do versus some men holding more feminine energy than another man does, in that particular aspect of, hey, where someone literally can say, stop acting like a bitch. He or she is acting like a bitch for real. And you mad because nigga you acting like a bitch. Nigga. Okay, so this friend um that is trying to talk to you about this time and this manipulation and um the things that are being going on with this. Maybe flip it with this divine masculine, like I just said. The energies are fluid; they're different, so you need to flip it. But you know a person when they're being a spiritual pimp about some shit, or being a narcissist about some things, or they may go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Shit, or be a simple ass motherfucker. So no, right now, because of at this, there's a change in positions, in time, like maybe the change of the gods and change in positions of maybe some loss or some things that might need to be cleared up whether it be with a potential scrubby ass motherfucker or resources or a stalker or whomever or some money, during this particular time, know that because you are a star seed and you need to tap into your own internal compass and know that the simple fact that when you look, um, pay attention to, if you need to see some things, shit, take a picture. If you see some things, take a picture, take action and precision on certain things. And if you see some things, shit, just don't sit on it. That's your destiny. Time's up. Do something about it in life. Otherwise you'll still be having those obstacles with, with any your divine feminine energy, because your job is to be able to come here to wake up to the fullness thereof of your own DNA so that you can find out who you are, so that you can not no longer suffer through all those trials and tribulations to keep your ass dumbed down and stuck and blind. Okay. So those obstacles that begat us from back in the day gave us all those skeletons along with those forefathers. A lot of it because of the template gave a lot of the men uh, some sexual deviance because of the templates. I do believe too, also because of the buck break in and shit like that. So there was just other diversions that they try to implement, even if they want to say that it's a fake construct or not. They put that shit there. So in order to break it down, we got to be able to know that it's time's up. The destiny is time's up. And Divine Feminine right now is delivering this information with this. So these obstacles and everything that's being um, thrown out, know that it's a tower moment, and looks like Mother Earth, Mother Gaia is like, there's a separation, there's some sort of a separation that's created this tower moment with the government officials and things of such, um, in hospital systems, people going to jail at the crossroads right now. And even though it's time for an end, there may be anger when at home when it comes to security. Now, whether that be in our own personal homes or in our own country or state, within our own family or love. It has a lot to do with the violence and the angers and the fight that we all have when it comes to this particular completion of a situation or of us having a bad attitude or a premature ejaculated thought of some shit being delivered.
Me,
That was that was
I'm
pretty
just,
deep.
I'm just still listening.
So this I gotta tell you this.
So it's like it's more, it's more.
So this tower moment, it's like a fall of Jericho, like the walls gonna come to death, come tumbling down. Um, with this separation and some sort of thing with this jail situation, authorities, a government court situation, um, with everything being fucked up or whatever. Um, this delivery or rebirthing of any information when it comes to any ancient knowledge or sacred knowledge or tantric knowledge or anything that maybe your mama or daddy should have told you, sexual practices or any sexual core issues. Maybe someone even may be draining you and or drink. Need to drink. or they drink like a fish. Um, they don't drink, but it's about their expectations. The expectations and or what they expect things to turn out to be in the contractual agreements or commitments or soul ties that they might have had with people, with lovers, companions, baby mamas, baby daddies, any friends with benefits, any obstacles, any things that was manipulated and or worked at, things that might have been that you snuck around with, maybe caused some skeletons in other one's closets, and or caused a lot of hard personas within this construct, caused a lot of obstacles, sexual deviancies during a particular time when the divine feminine or the mother was in rebirthing stage. And also as the divine feminine, um, even though they may have been a well-rounded or grounded, some of them, they did have an attitude. So, bitch, please, the attitude. They had attitude, straight up. They had attitude. That's exactly what the ancestors just said. Bitch, please. They had attitude. Straight up. I can't pretend that that's not what it was. It's an attitude. Sorry, divine feminines. But it was a tower moment, and the walls came tumbling down. There's some sort of separation because of these lovers and being in separation with, whether it be baby mamas, baby daddies, mistresses, friends with benefits, or lovers, or any jail separations, or authority, government officials, or anywhere, sometime, whatever, if somebody effed up. Okay. It was all ancient knowledge. There was some sort of a tantric knowledge. There was sacred knowledge there between those secrets. There was some shit that maybe your mama should have told you that you should have recognized about those sexual practices when it came to the divine feminine. Ancient Chinese secret. No, I'm just kidding. Ancient knowledge.
You said that the last time.
Ancient knowledge and the divine feminine. It was saying that sometimes at home, the divine feminine tried to dominate in the matrix system. Maybe some of them might have played the cougar mama part and maybe had a sugar daddy. Some of them might have played some head games and dick dealing and power cootie games and stuff like that. Um, in the home and family and security, but that stuff kind of stopped because it really didn't result anything because of their attitude. And the last cards is bitch please. Their attitude, their expectations of what they thought things were going to be. That's whoa. I mean, I'm sorry if this. I mean, I'm sorry, not sorry, but this message is what it is. I can't. You can't make it up. I can't twist it. They coming out the way that they are. You know what I mean?
It's like BT.
Excuse me. We'll be right back for these messages. I gotta go tinkle. All right. So now we back in live, and remember, Rex had to take a quick little break. So on the bottom, we got the expectations and what we expect, and maybe somebody could be expecting some things, or maybe a father is expecting. But we're talking about our forefathers and our forefathers and our fathers' fathers. Okay, so our forefathers, our fathers' fathers as well. Okay, so in life. Okay, so about the things that we're talking about that maybe in life that are uh, of ancient knowledge, some things that are being held sacred, some things that maybe some secrets that maybe your mama should have told you. And when I say that, I'm meaning as in maybe here traits that maybe your father might have had, or either whether it just was things that she might have should have shared with you about how your father was before you came into this world. When it came to anything about the sexual practices or your sexual core issues, when it came to the root chakra of that particular template, when you're socializing in the network, in the matrix system, when it came to social networking or um, any secrets of cross watching, doing anything with people, meeting up, having sexual partners, and high priestesses who did have fathers, and or high priestesses who had masculine energy, um, that had contractual agreements and marriages or oaths or commitments or soul ties or any past life experiences with people when it came to any sexual rings or being 10 toes up about them to be with them and communicate with them, call them or text them or try to telepathically communicate with these people. And even though some of them you might have recognized that he or she might have been the woman or your dreams or the man of your dreams or your homie or whatever or your friend, you just got to know that some of these people are energy vampires. Um, in the community, some people are very manipulative and cunning. You know, there's a lot of workaholics at that, being devious and stuff and slick and sneaky. They try to cause a lot of obstacles. Um, Probably have a lot of skeletons in their own closet and stuff like that, but definitely they may try to come off with a hard persona, may have some sort of sexual deviancy going on, but the spirit, the universe, the omniverse is basically saying like, hey, making a call right now, whether it be by way of music or hereditary traits. Like there's you may hear something when it comes. God's making a judgment call, basically trying to let you know about these hereditary traits. Yeah, basically trying to let you know about these hereditary traits. And if you need to know what they are, then you may hear something from someone that may trigger you in the community, and or you may hear it in spirit realms or music. Um, Maybe the person is not a friend to you, but they definitely may know about some sort of a here um, trait. But it looks like those things that were lucky that people might have been 10 toes down about, like down to do, was just, it created a lot of danger and lies and deceit and betrayal. And the universe, God, there saw no boundaries. There was no boundaries. Saw God saw that there was no boundaries and that it created, and there was no fluidity, there was no flow, and it created sticky situations and bound, made people bound to chains and ties to each other. Um, there was no flow of the information. Like basically, there was no flow of the sexual tantric information. Basically, there was no ancient information that was being spread. It was no flow. It was just sticky situations, and it was destiny. And the ancestor is speaking now during this particular awakening, and or they're saying that this obstacle is a rude awakening. It's being in the community that's being conveyed or worked at, and it's saying that flip it, that this there is it's a sticky situation. Um, Divine feminine. There is the takers, the givers, and the receivers. So it doesn't matter if you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine. It's the givers and the takers and the receivers. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. So there goes the music. Okay. So that was resourceful. Um, and it has to do with mothers, and divine masculines, and or not having to play that part, and or um, being communicative and being able to talk and tell people within their network or any of their meetings that they're meeting with people or obstacles, like stop putting on this hard persona and all this sexual deviance and diversions, or because they're hereditary traits because of the takers, the givers, and the receivers. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, stop being an energy vampire. Don't drink like a fish in these contracts because of the hereditary traits. So, if your family is a drinker, and you came from a family of alcoholics or workaholics or anything that a person might put a lot of work into. So if a person is a workaholic and their family was always a workaholic and their father's father wasn't a workaholic, you don't want to be a workaholic. You want to be able to put into family, just saw that. You want to put into family and pour into your cup in that way. So when someone says, oh, I was a cop and my daddy was a cop and doesn't necessarily mean that you got to be a damn Agent Smith either in the fucking matrix system. Okay, you can break the system and do some other shit. All right, all right. So just know in the community, the shit could be on. It's a destiny. You know, yes, it's destiny. Just know you don't have to do all that. Um, those tricks that people are playing, with that angeredness, with the masculine energy, whether it be, a brother or anybody, just masculine energy, just with the tricks and being angry and violent and want to fight. A lot of that is hereditary traits. And even though you might have been hopeful and thinking that y'all could be strong or whatever, some things might have became at a standstill, whether it be even with a person of the opposite sex. Some things become a side piece to somebody, at some point. And if you don't heal some of those things, you become a rebound, um, and start being with people on a rebound situation. And it begets just another loss because you take that energy from another area and you move it to another area, and you thinking like you about to have a brand new start, but you don't, because you know took that from that old energy to the new relationship and or people, place, or thing, and it's the same thing. Oh, you blaming me for the last person that did such and such and such and such. Well, guess what? I am not doing that. Yes, you are. 9 times out of 10, you are. looks like maybe even because of some of the thievery and the nasty McNasty bullshit, this coonery, this niggerdom bullshit that had been going on for a long, 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 long time. It's time is like, what? How long this bullshit gonna go on? So all that anger and violence and tricks and shit that maybe I just saw government just had. Oh my God, that they weren't fruitful seeds. The harvest that they sowed seeds of bullshit. So the fathers of our forefathers in times and maybe father time that it just didn't reap any rewards in good standing, and it was like, bitch, please, there, that was criminalistic. Okay, the contract was criminalistic, and that those all the in life, these ancient knowledge and secrets was about hereditary traits and attitudes when it came to the divine feminine. Ooh. Diane, oh, respect time. And of course, because we're down here in a 3D sense, this is linear time, and thinking out of the box is the non-linear thinking that the omniverse, that what we would think as to be God, does not think in that way. So if you're an out of the box thinker or free think zone thinker, then yes, you're not thinking within that same construct as the normal world and the matrix system and that pops out. So the matrix system, and you're not, dominating and playing any head games. So we're putting an end to those types of things when it comes to any deaths or completion or situations or people with a bad attitude or maybe some shit that's broken. When it comes to all the people, places, or things that we need to show respect for all those people, places, and things when it comes to home, security, family, and love, and any close friends, cousins, maybe friends that might slip up when it comes to any narcissist energy, anyone that might go both ways or simple ways. Just, I mean, if a spade is a spade. Um, so you put an end to the attitude, of course. And or of course death. I don't really want to put that particularly in the air, but of course we don't want them to be no longer on the planet if they're going to continue to block us and kill us. So they need to be gone. But I know that children of the sun and our star seeds and all the children, we definitely need to pay attention to all these sex trafficking and immaturity things that's going on when it comes to any sex trafficking, any of our children. We need to pay attention to some of the court issues that maybe mommy and daddy might even have, and or with our children, and that maybe we might have had to be carried on to our families. Um, when it came to misuse and time and being a narcissist or a spiritual narcissist, but it does have to do with time and loyalty and being mature for our children and being mature and not immature about it. Um, not gonna be a and not run around as far as if a masculine is going to run around with the Joe Pesci complex. Of course, we want to make sure, those are the, don't, gotta check them. But if, everybody wants to try to be a star, but everybody needs to try to tap in, be mature enough and tap in to their own internal compass and find direction and maybe grasp and take a picture of what it is they'd like to see or what they want to do as far as any action or precision. Hmm. And what expectations or not in or the expectations, not having any expectations, basically, I guess. When the tower moment hits in the message that you receive in the tower moment, whether it be through the walls coming definitely down, separation, or anyone going to jail or somebody in jail, or any authoritative type figures, somebody that might have messed up. Some of the givers and the takers and the receivers, maybe someone might be revoked. And now, when I say revoked, that means to me that could be fired, that could be taken off the planet, killed, squashed, go to jail because it has to do with a lot of the thievery and the loss, just a lot of nasty bullshit that been going on the planet. And the tower moment and people recognizing each other as being freaks and shit, just like vampires and shit, reptoids and clones and I heard a spirit guy say shitheads. Downright shithead. Um, whatever it is, like I said, it's the root core issue for the deep. Um, could be for the deep state or any types of penetration, anything that has to do with any backdooring. So these motherfuckers is, you know how dirty it is. You could get really sick. When it comes to sex trafficking, any core issues when it has to do with mommy and daddy, any types of misuse, sexual misuse. Um, maybe somebody talking too much about sex trafficking or someone talking about it. You might hear someone gossip about it. You might hear someone talk about dirty moves that were made um, during this particular time. Somebody might make some bitch moves, you know, sinking ships. One somebody might tell on another person when it comes to a particular crime and or tell on someone of what someone might have done to them. Maybe a father and a child, or maybe a father when he was a child. Oh. So that construct template of the forefathers and the fathers' fathers. Yep. Fathers and open and revealed and access and discovery of sexual discovery of childhood movement or friction during that particular time. Believe you me reading this is I'm trying to keep my cool because it's pissing me off, but it also is so fucking sad. The loyalty in life that there was gifts and exchanges and sexual favors and money and um flowers and just different things were exchanged with people, whether it be male or female, flip it however you need to if you know these people and or know any government officials of what we think as to be male or female construct when it comes to any lovers, unions, any romances, intimate connections or situationships with people, especially when they gaslight you and cause a lot of friction or do that and try to obscure themselves from doing that and saying that it wasn't them. So whether it be something of being of hope or someone that you might have had to deal with from a long time ago and it just became a standstill because nobody wanted to talk about it, and it was just like one construct one template read into the next template, which made the next person and or a rebound and or third party and or a side piece, and during a delivery of that, at somebody probably at some point had gotten pregnant and had a rebirthing stage with these lovers, whether it be a baby and or a relationship and or new template for overall of the world, when it came to lovers, unions, romances, or any intimate connections or situationships with whomever and or a high priestess. um this message, yes, being delivered, this high priestess is a spiritual pill. Oh shit. Thank you, ancestors. So there's a change in positions right now because this earth angel, this spiritual pimp, is clearing some air about some cloudy potential scrubs and some resources, some money, some stalkers, clearing the air about destiny and saying that down here on earth, time is up. Ooh.
This pimp.
Uh-oh. Let me do it like like my nephew and be doing. A pimp named Slickback.
It's Mr. Pimp.
It's Mr. Pimp named Slickback. All right, so I'm sorry, y'all. Let me drink my water. I'm still recording, so forgive me. Because girl's crazy. So, but at this point, this is really good. I want to go back and listen to it. It looks like right now we're at 46:37. And it's talking basically about right now here at the crossroads when it comes to any choices, um, or choosy lovers or decisions. Know that any lovers or unions or romances, intimate connections or situationships, that time is up. You know, don't be a spiritual pimp. Don't be a narcissist. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to go both ways and play both sides of the fence. You know, don't try to be a simple ass. Be a, you know, if it's a spade, it's a spade. Be a spade. If you're gonna quack like a duck, then let it be a duck. If you ain't gonna recognize the vampires and you one of the freaks that come out at night, then be that. You know what I mean? But put an end to all that people, place, or things, or situations that begat premature ejaculations with your bad attitudes. All it does is, cause you to have sticky situations and bind yourself. It's very immature. All it does is get you some kids, and you just be all caught gaslighting each other and shit, being immature with each other, talking shit to each other. The shit just don't even be right. Shit. Ooh, wee. So time's up. All right. Okay. And it's telling me to go to a different deck. Time's up. With it, when it comes to going toward any luck and compass, turning inwardly to, I guess, to find maybe a companion and stuff like that. Maybe with your baby mamas, baby days, any mistresses or friends with benefits, like taking action on that right now. Like the time is up because there's some sort of a fame and success or some sort of development or growth within this, some sort of a tower moment with someone. Maybe somebody was being a spiritual narcissist or something. Maybe somebody was just being, you know what I'm saying, during separational time. Um, Whether it be a government official being a spiritual narcissist, they think that they have won and gained fame and glory and success down here on earth. But they, in between their tower moment and their fame and success, they have an earth angel here that is a spiritual pimp. Oh shit. Yeah. So just know that, let's see here. Let me cut. We got a parasite and everybody wants to say, is it them? Everybody wants to say, like I said, everybody wants to point the finger. Nobody ever wants to be wrong. Everybody wants to be right, but nobody ever wants to play the superhero. for their own life and be the underdog. Um, some people like to play the villain, but you can damn sure best believe there's a lot of people that like to play the victim because it gets them the attention. Okay, so and because they are blinded to a lot of their pain at the crossroads, they don't know how to really make decisions in the directions that they want to go. They have no will. They just want to be held at a sacrifice. They just kind of have that whatever attitude um, of, and addictions are down there, of course, at the crossroads, and the gilded regret. So, um, because the things that go on at night, and even though some people might have recognized in their relationships and or in the world that, hey, um, some people might have had a dream, maybe about a commitment, about an oath, about some sort of commitment when it came to marriage or any types of contractual agreement with people, places, or things. They realized that either maybe somebody might have had a runaway bride syndrome at some point, or they felt like maybe somebody was a dog, that the bullshit was just not good, and they probably had a pretty woman syndrome. Shit. Pretty woman shit. Wasn't she a hooker? She was a hoe. So that comes along with that construct of the Mary Magdalene as well, with the hoe energy, and saying that today for tomorrow in exchange for the template. So now and later. So they trying to take something from an old template and try to put it on the new template to try to tap in. But all it did was cause everybody to be angered and be bound to shit and cause them to have a parasite. Um, because it was something about the temple, the body, about being envious and gluttonous and forgetting oneself. Whoa, okay. Now this, I'm actually looking into a dark mirror. Okay. So I see revenge and I see that people are fated to suffer, and everybody is basically like, fuck the world, fuck you, fuck off. There's a seven dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs energy is there. My dog's over here trying to fluff her pillow up. So it's about atonement in life when it comes to all these appreciations and the gifts and exchanges of any flowers or any sexual behaviors or loyalty that you think that you might have to people. But sometimes you saying that you don't want that attitude, or I've F the world, F the world and F you and all that. I ain't gonna cry for you. Oh well, that's that parasite that's telling you that. And your downcast pride is attached to your anger and the things that keep you bound. So you may be trying to be peaceful amongst thorns. So you have a lot of gilded regret because everybody wants to say, is this me? Everybody has this artificial heart, the artificial eye, the artificial AI, the artificial heart is a cold heart, like it's a cold world. Is this me? That ain't me. Everybody wants to say it ain't them. Because they want to say that they're not angry. They want to feel like they're not the ones that's causing the bondage or anything like that, or the obsessions. But it is obsessions that is causing them or anyone to be saying fuck the world or fuck off, and anger. Shit. So, being peaceful among the thorns right now in your temple, um, and being that a king or a king or a queen of your world, um, being able to create balance about this envious and gluttonous energy, and being artificially have not having a artificial heart up underneath the naked by the stars. So not being artificially um not having an artificial heart. Stop being fake and shit. And be the child that you was meant to be. And not a parasite. Whoa. Whoa. Um and forgetting yourself, telling yourself a bunch of lies and forgetting oneself. Um because the parasite makes you feel that you're fated to suffer and makes you feel like the seven dwarfs. And what I mean by the seven dwarfs, let me get some water and I'll tell you. The seven dwarfs is the sleepiest, dumpiest, grumpiest, bullshittest as it could be an attitude, it could be some sex, it could be whatever. But you know the story between seven dwarfs and Snow White and the seven dwarfs. Yeah. Okay, so the seven dwarfs and Snow White. Okay, the envious and the gluttonous that's going on in the world, it needs to have some sort of an atonement. There's an obsession that is causing fragmentation. It's so much fragmentation there. The cards keep falling out all kinds of fucked up ways. Don't even want it. Don't even want to give us a complete after that fragmentation. Okay, so um, it was trying. The fragmentation was trying to call in a storm, saying that the child was that they're meant to be, making them try to feel like they're alone in the world, but you're not. So the king and or queen of your own world know that it is you, that you are the child that you meant to be. Whoa. This parasite, this what this is an addiction. It's the fuck the world attitude. That's what's making you feel that way. So it's making you feel that you're alone in the world, saying, "Is that me? That ain't me." Yeah, but just making you wear this mask and hiding your true self and knowing that of the queen and or king of your world, you're supposed to be the child that you're supposed to be, and you're not fated to suffer. You are not alone in the world. And that the fact that those, even though that there was some sort of an obsession, the anger and the chains caused an obsession. And even though some people might have had some kind of a sort of a dream, for chance of a dream, some people was just like, I ain't gonna cry for your ass, because they feel that's what made you feel like you're fated to suffer. Wow, that was pretty good. Okay, so let me pick some of these up. Okay, so I'm coming right back on, but before I came back on, Neutral said that he heard "You're My Little Secret," and that's how I'm gonna keep it. Okay, so and that's been in the templates somewhere in the spiritual realms too, because a lot of the what girls been saying that about that song. that came from the divine masculine, not them saying it, but that came from the divine masculine saying that to the divine feminine. Like maybe they want to be kept as a secret, like, because a lot of people wanted to, shit, keep their secrets in the community. That's crazy because the secret card just popped out. They wanted to be, keep it secret with all of their social networking. Like, bitch, please. Like, I ain't trying to call you no bitch or be disrespectful. I just want to have some secrets and be down. Damn. And you down? He asking the divine feminine, like, you down and shit. I mean, don't be trying to act like you ain't no, like you an angel and shit. Is what he just said. Yeah, oh, damn. But some of them could be an earth angel, some of them. But this says that he was like, look, I guess it was maybe the masculine was trying to mate with maybe a non-angel or an angel, or they was trying to mess with an angel and they weren't an angel. One of the partners was not an angel, and somebody was trying to mess with an angel. So the daughters of men was trying to mate with an angel, and it caused the tower moment, and it caused the walls of Jericho, which caused a separation with someone. Maybe because they went to jail or some sort of authoritative figure or court situation happened, or they will and or have been told that. Um, Maybe you might even hear a song like that. But this divine feminine right now is seeing some sort of a loss behind something. Maybe somebody might have even lost their job and or felt like there was a loss, like they feel like somebody got something that they should have got. Um, Maybe they felt like there was no core issue, but they felt like they were some sort of a success or growth to a situation. When it came to hereditary traits and loyalty, maybe there was, yeah, maybe a close friend. Um, Maybe the person didn't want to be with the person. So it looks like the divine masculine was trying to hook up with a divine feminine in the community. Like, hey, I want to be your little secret, and we ain't close friends or nothing like that, or we could be close friends, and ain't no, you know what I'm saying, ain't no backdooring and stuff. Like, hey, you can't do it in the back door, you can't do it in the butt. But we could do some, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no core issues. I'm telling you, that's what the fucking car say, nigga. That's what it say. Shit. Don't get mad at me, shoot. Sorry if it offended anybody. That's a different template. Okay. When it comes to companions and partners and lovers, baby mamas and mistresses and friends with benefits and hereditary traits, when it comes to any birthing or any rebirthing or returning or making phone calls with these people. Um, but it also about these sacred practices or ancient knowledge that you may exchange with these people or that may have caused you at a loss at some point. It could just be out some old coonery or some old fuckery bullshit, but it could be because of the exchange. Maybe somebody's dominating in the matrix system, whether it be in a career or somebody being a sugar mama, sugar daddy, or somebody playing head games or whatever. When it comes to exchanging any gifts or sexual favors or flowers or money or anything with someone, and about being fluid about that, when it comes to their hereditary traits and their tapping into their own internal compass and their directional flow, taking precision. So, those people who are um, held at close honor or being a friend or family member that you think that are loyal, look at some of those hereditary traits when it comes to their core issues, when it comes to whether it's sex trafficking, court issues where it had to do with your mom, your dad, or any raping or masturbation. I'm sorry if I offend anyone with that. But it has a lot to do with a lot of the things that have been reaping and sowing within this construct of the matrix system. And it is what it is. So, whether it was good seeds or bad seeds, it was still seeds of bullshit that would still begat some sort of a harvest. Um, whether it came to any planting of a fertility of anything, any maybe somebody's attitudes, the attitudes that people, it just gave a lot of different um, melting pots within the construct because of people's attitudes and their hereditary traits between anger and being held at bondage. So the loss that people might have felt when it came to not being able to tap in to their internal compass and not being able to find luck, take action or precision on something. Um, but now there is a mother, whether it even be Mother Gaia or Tiamat. The change of positions and or loss or clearing the air of any potentiality of resources or any stalking at this time when it comes to any companions or partners or lovers or friends or baby mamas, friends with benefits. Time is up. This change is due to violence and anger, and due to that, it caused fight within people, and things need to be changed. Things have been manipulated very hard. There's a lot of deviant work, a lot of slyness going behind the scenes, people messing up the money, maybe when it comes to church, fucked up the church's money or your money. Um, some people could be a workaholic, but this card also stands for lawyers. So someone could be dealing with a lawyer, but either way, flip it. The father right now at the crossroads when it comes to any choices or choosy lovers or decisions, when it comes to the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Maybe flip it here, right here in the now if you need to, when it comes to um, any fluidity. I just saw Pan African. The hecky. So recognize with realize that the freaks come out at night, and maybe someone may have been a man and or woman of your dream, or your dream may have not been able to flourish to come true. That maybe this person, it's a good thing that this person, um, you recognize that this person is an energy vampire, or maybe you realize that this person is not for you, that this person has an attitude. Yep, that this person has an attitude. The lovers, union, romance, any intimate connections or situations, and the ancestors spoke and said that. So, um, the DNA coded, so be face down when it comes to these lovers and situations and unions and romances and intimate connections and situations and situationships in time. And I just saw Oprah Winfrey. What was the name of that movie? A Moment in Time. Okay. And then the mother card comes out with the givers, and so I guess with the givers and the takers and the receivers. So when you're with dealing with people and dealing with mothers and or the opposite sex and or whomever you're dealing with, make sure the movement that you're dealing with them, it doesn't create a lot of friction and you're not gaslighting people, um and just running around messing around with all these different women. And being a spirit, the divine masculine needs to recognize not to be a spiritual pimp, um, and not to be a narcissist. And if you're gonna go both ways, let that with your lovers and stuff like that, let that be known. Don't be angry about certain shit. Just create, that's just create, don't be violent about it. And don't be angry about it. And don't, try to create fights. Just know that there's lies and deceit and betrayal, and that the fact that you need to speak up. Whoa, time. There's time and respect, friend respect. They'll respect you more if you speak up. So it's like maybe the divine, maybe the masculine energy. Um, Maybe you might need to tell a friend who's loyal to you during an awakening period, or you might receive a rude awakening from someone. Um, so respect this criminal friend. I've learned from some criminals. I've learned from some nerds. I've learned from some. So I'm letting you know. So you may hear something from this criminal. Expect this information to be told to you by this criminal, whether it be from a text, a call, music, or telepathy. Whoa, that was wild. So, all the end that's as far as the attitude or completions or anything when it comes to any situationships or any anger, anything like that, the lies and deceit and betrayal that maybe somebody might have been hopeful about, things might have became a standstill. They might have been a side piece. They might have even tried to rebound. But whoa, I'm not taking all those. The things that had been planted, it was about reaping and sowing because of the takers and the givers and the receivers. When it came to resources, businesses, any potential mates, or anything when it came to the all or nothing construct. Pimp, a pimp named Slickback. And that's funny as hell because as I said that, the cars ran over there by the pimp car. It tricks life and the tricks in life. A pimp turning tricks. Damn. When it came to home security and family and love and rebirthing, anything that when it had to do with any delivering anything at home, turning some tricks, turning tricks for the devil, and the expectations of these core issues, what someone might be going through, like creating sticky situations when it came to changes, contractual agreements. God said the things that when it came to resources and businesses and home and security and family and love, um, things that flow. But there was some sort of a revokage when it came to boundaries. There was no boundaries when it came to sticky situations and people being uh with ropes and ties and leather chains. Oh shit, the givers, the takers, and the receivers. All right, so they because of that, there is and all that friction that had been going on. There's some sort of a rebirth and stage. Shit, even somebody just probably just had a baby too. Um, so there was some sort of a gaslighting going on. Maybe with somebody that probably was getting into it with a potential scrub, whomever that freaking might be. But whatever it was, it definitely, all this information is definitely lucrative. I'm getting some information from it, definitely. Um, it looks like because of the boundaries and those givers and the takers and the receivers, the criminals, some of them may even drink like a fish. They are, and you may even know somebody as a friend, maybe going through an awakening and or have a rude awakening in this contractual agreement. Someone may be having a marriage or a commitment or oath, any types of soul ties or past lives with someone, maybe communicating these things. Um, and you might hear about these things, might hear about some kind of dirty moves. Somebody made some bitch moves when it came to some sort of a commitment or contractual agreement. Something may be open or closed or discovered when it comes to any sexual discoveries or anything that might be coming to home. Somebody might be getting locked, and maybe somebody may be locking the doors at their house. Somebody might be getting locked the fuck out too. Nigga, you done created some obstacles and some diversions shit, nigga. Now you can't come up in here. Yep. You being immature. Whoa. Somebody just got told on, nigga. Somebody just got told on. So, right. The ancestors speak, that was destiny. So respect that. And about this friend and their awakening and being mature or immature, being saying that the fact that say, hey, they may be lucky this friend may have given you some information. Hmm, that's cool. That's the end of those decks. That's cool. Let me put them together again. And so we are at 117, and I'm gonna stop it at 117, 117. Gotta continue on because it just will not let me stop right now. So I'm gonna finish. So it's on. About the That's what it said. The card said on. So it's on from the takers and the givers and the receivers at the bottom, and things being of DNA coded of the four fathers and our fathers' fathers. Okay, so we got um the things that are being delivered about the tricks, about the lease of this contract, and or the things that might be delivered when it comes to any loyalty and the divine feminine and being down with them in their attitude and having an attitude, and or men, excuse me, divine masculine having an attitude and the divine feminine having an attitude and being DNA coded about that. So being DNA coded with an attitude. So the divine feminine, we're talking about the loyalty and the obstacles and the maybe some of the skeletons in someone's closet when it comes to maybe you're presenting yourselves and or hard persona. And there again, I'm going to add that feminine energy and masculine energy can be reversed and or roles can be switched. So divine feminine, it's talking about home and security and family and love. And this divine masculine, can't make this shit up, is not in, it looks like he's the information that's being opened or revealed or discovered about any divine masculine being forceful or any sexual discoveries or anything like that, sexual or distortions found during this particular contractual agreement, and any tricks that have been played. Um, to gain any form of success or development or growth when it comes to any companions, partnerships, or lovers or friends, baby mamas, any mistresses or hoes or friends with benefits. So, the God, the omniverse, universe is speaking about child, children, basically, and companions, and partners, and friends, and lovers, baby mamas, and your children. I'm assuming that's what that's for. Um, Neutral is still here. Gotta put you on charger. Okay. Um, so flip it. It's basically saying that the fame and success and any types of any development when it comes to anything that might be hopeful or anchored, things that might be at a standstill right now when it comes to any lucrative or development growth, um, just know that someone might be trying to be a side piece or rebound. Um, so respect the seeds that have been sown, whether they are good seeds or bad seeds, but it's like, bitch, please. The divine masculine is like basically, hey, bitch, please, baby, baby, please. He like, give it to me, baby. Wow. Okay. Okay, I get it. So, divine feminine, right now she doesn't have any. There's basically saying like maybe she should create boundaries, but it looks like maybe she doesn't have any boundaries in this contractual agreement right now because there's lies, deceit, and betrayal, or she could be having some. She's 10 toes up to do that, to create the boundaries because of the lies, deceit, and betrayal, and the things that have been sown because they recognize with real lies, that maybe somebody might be a freak ignite and or they might be a man or woman of their dream, but they might think like, oh shit, they should. They lucky King Midas or Queen Midas, but they got an attitude. Life destiny. They just got an attitude. And if the lovers with this union during this particular awakening, the ancestors are speaking, saying that they may, even though that these lovers, these unions, these people that are in romances and intimate connections and situationships with people, places, and things during this particular awakening, the spiritual and or awakening that they may be having, they make it a rude awakening. Um, they may or may not, divine feminine may not receive this tower moment, but there is going to be a tower moment. She may have heard about a tower moment where the divine feminine might have communicated or gossiped or talked about or said some old stupid shit about a tower moment for when it came to divine masculine and manipulating and or being a workaholic or being sneaky, um and or any father or any forefathers fathers being violent or angry, being down when it came to any businesses or resources, or dominating in the matrix system, whether it be got any uh for career wise, any cougar mama, cougar daddy, playing any particular head games or any dick dealing games or coochie games, whether it be for potential mate or all about the money situation, and because of other people being DNA coded, um, And being a lover, appreciating those gifts and exchanging those gifts with those people, with the divine masculine in the community, whether it be about sexual favors, money, flowers, whatever, cars, power structure, friends, movement, any types of movement toward any friends to be closer friends, gaslighting each other, or women that they like to wanted to go and mess around with other people's women and baby mamas and shit like that. And even though divine feminine might not have been narcissistic at times, her drinking and or her going or playing both sides of the fence caused her to be narcissistic, and or could have caused this person to do whatever it is that they did to get their children revoked, get their children taken away, and or cause them not to be able to have any kids because they do drink like a fish, or the ancestor speaks and saying that because a person might have been hopeful, some of the expectations were became a standstill because somebody wound up being a side piece or or a rebound between the takers and the givers and the receivers, and there was some sort of a DNA slip up, some sort of movement, friction, gaslighting when it came to a high priestess, coding, when it came to ancient knowledge, and an earth angel's information about the matrix system and the career, about any sugar mama, sugar daddies that were playing any head games when it came to any ancient information, and the awakening and a mother and or spiritual awakening, and a destiny between an earth angel. How beautiful. And the expectations, and I will drink some water, the expectations that are being manipulated and or worked at when it comes to life and working toward life and life's changes here at the crossroads. So there will be a change, there will be disclosure, there will be choices between these choosy lovers and decisions when it comes to um, whatever it is that you're dealing with, people, place, or things, be it whether it be a scrub or whomever, or changing a position at a job, or changing positions, whatever. Change positions. I hear Aaliyah. I hear you, girl. That's rock the boat. Okay, at the crossroads, the loss that somebody might feel, that divine feminine, there's time, is change right now, which she is an earth angel because she's a Capricorn. Um, there was an end of the givers and the takers and the receivers. There was a completion because there was a death. And there was because of the attitudes of the premature ejaculation, whether it be because of the dominating in the matrix systems of the sugar mama, sugar daddy's head games and dick dealing games. Even though somebody might have it happened a long time ago, or somebody might have been hopeful, it was still at a standstill because somebody was viewed as a side piece or a rebound. And they might definitely was a star. They might have been able to tap in and to their own internal compass. They definitely were on on camera and took action and precision. But there was a sticky situation that caused some binding issues. There was that caused someone to have time, and Divine Feminine had some court issues. With the Divine Masculine in the community, with this meeting up in the changing times. He wasn't an earth angel, he was just a close friend. He had hereditary traits. He had tricks. He was rebirthing. He just had tricks. And that there was court issues when it came to Divine Feminine. Um, and that the sticky situations, this high priestess was definitely in a sticky situation, but it was just like the time's up criminal. Like, why would you call her a criminal? Hereditary traits because of the friends and exchanging and gifts and stuff, and the lovers and the destiny at the crossroads, the choosy lovers that they chose, and the decisions. And with those lovers, and saying that the divine feminine was a criminal, and saying that the time was up. There was some sort of a loss. Somebody felt like somebody was going to get something that the other person should have got. There was just a bunch of negative and bullshit. And the God universe was saying that this child is innocent in the community. Time's up. It's destiny. She's a star, but there was some sort of a loss, and there was some sort of a close friend in the community. Didn't want to give her the respect that she deserved. You don't even want to speak up. You don't even want to let me take the cars. You don't even want to, but it don't matter because it's still gonna say in the community there was a fucking rat behind secrets and thievery, social networking and shit, and trying to meet up. Times up the destiny with that star. There was some sort of direction that they went when it came to this close friend or cousin. When it came to a delivery of some information, we about to look in the dark mirror, and then we gonna close this out because it sound like it done went into some Aaliyah stuff for real and the divine feminine, but she also went into just that period. Didn't you hear that? Okay. What else you want us to see in this dark mirror? Yeah. It's talking about gilded regret and being blinded to the pain at the crossroads because of the decisions and the direction, because of someone was hiding their true self. And they kind of had, even though they was trying to give people flowers and shit, they had that's fuck the world attitude. And I just heard R. Kelly, I'm a pimp in these streets. I'm a pimp in these streets. Um, but there was some sort of a parasite because it was like I won't cry for you, kind of bloody tears, because of this contractual agreement. Um, Maybe because I either had a contract marriage with you, or it was the runaway bride syndrome, or it has something to be with somebody being a dog, but and wanting revenge and the pre-chance of a dream. And downcasted pride, and someone saying, "Is this me?" That ain't me. Yeah, you are. That is you. You are fragmented. You're a fragmented motherfucker, and you did a sacrifice, and now you alone in the world. Whoa. And because you had those addictions, and you tried to be like Snow White, and you try to be a prince to a Snow White to someone, you were fated to suffer because you were trying to be a peaceful, trying to be peaceful among thorns with your addictions. Um, and trying to take things from an old template and exchange it for a new template because it was a lot of envious and jealousy there. So this sacrifice was behind jealous and envy, yes, and there was no will. So there was a colorless angel, no will. The person was like, whatever, because they had this gluttonous, envious energy. They were felt like, I'll sacrifice this person from this old template because of the fragmentation. And there's this child that was meant to be up underneath the stars. Whoa. Um, the child that was meant to be was bound by anger and chains, and a storm got called in uh, because there was no atonement behind the obsession, and someone was forgetting oneself. Oh, wow. It's a lot. So, let's see what this got. It's a lot, but I'm going to try to put them in order, okay? So, hold up. All right. So, the temple of the body, knowing and saying, is this me? Is this my body? Is this me? Am I in my body? Alone in the world. The child that they were meant to be. Um, okay, so so the addiction and everything, let's back all the way up. So let me go back. And it's saying that because of the sacrifice of this sacrifice behind the envious and the gluttonous energy, this colorless angel was like whatever, because they didn't have the atonement behind, because they had such an addiction from this fragmentation or this obsession of this envious and gluttony, and they were trying to bring some old construct to a new construct, but they couldn't because of their fragmentation. And because of all the triumph of lies in the temple of the body that they kept saying, like, oh, is this me? They were trying to, they weren't, they were had this fake artificial heart, obviously, because they were acting like they were alone in the world. and they were doing stuff that was like, oh, I'm alone in the world. And the child that I was meant to be, they had a mask on. They were naked up underneath the stars, but they had downcasted pride. And they might have been a king and or queen of their world, but they also tried to be a peaceful warrior among thorns, but they were really just angry underneath because they were bound and they had an artificial heart and forgetting oneself. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, so the obsession because of this artificial heart of forgetting oneself, it called in a storm and it made someone be fated to suffer. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna do one more round of the mirror and I am done. Okay, so there's a purchase of a dream. So someone's dream um got blinded by the pain at the crossroads, kind of brought it turned into shit, flies to shit, whatever decision or direction caused a fuck the world or fuck off. Toast gave somebody the energy of fuck off. Um, because of the blinded pain up underneath and the obsession up underneath the stars. Somebody was being obsessed. They were gilded. They had gilded regret because there was a child that was meant to be something, and they sacrificed. It was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice. Um, damn. Um, there was a sacrifice of the body, the temple of the body, and because of pride. And somebody was like, "Oh, I won't cry for you," because of the envious and gluttony and the fragmentation. Um, because of the blinded pain and the guilt and regret that they had at the crossroads, it made someone not have the free will because they just had a colorless angel. Like I said, they had a parasite, and they were trying to bring an old construct from today, from old to new. Like say some for now, say some for later. Like they wanted their cake and eat it too, as well. Um, the envious and the gluttonous because of the triumph of lies and the envy and the gluttonous um in that king and or queen's world, it got some sort of atonement. Maybe they're looking for an atonement. They're looking for an atonement. Um, these addictions and somebody wanted addicted revenge. Oh, wow. Because someone forgot about themselves, they wanted addicted revenge. They're addicted to revenge. Yep. They're addicted to wearing a mask and wearing a revenge. I mean, they're addicted to wearing a mask and taking revenge. Addicted to revenge while they're wearing, and they're obviously wear a mask. And they try to be peaceful among people, but when they're around stars and stuff, but just didn't happen. They were angry and still bound. But that's why they did the sacrifice. He was hiding his true self and wearing his mask and sacrificed Snow White, the child that he was supposed to be, the king or queen of the world. He figured that that was his atonement if he sacrificed her, and now he feels like he's fated to suffer and feels like he's alone in the world. Hell, you damn right, nigga. You can't be sacrificing little commas. So he had this parasite, and in that marriage or commitment, there was fragmentation, artificial heart, try to bring things from the past. He still wanted to keep her and have his cake and eat it too. And be naked up underneath the stars. That's some shit. Um, the body, the temple of oneself, and the pride that one has of feeling of like I won't cry for a person. I won't cry from an old person from back in the day. I won't cry from a person from old Tim's with an old template. Um, just calling the storm. The obsession of is this me, the child I was meant to be, or bride to be? Fragmentation, maybe it's anger, change. They were bound to maybe somebody's feeling like they're stuck in a commitment. Um, but because of this sacrifice and feeling bound to something, they just feel like fuck the world, like fuck it. I always say fuck off to people. They feel like they're alone in the world, and and the sacrifice was calling the storm, the artificial heart, and Snow White being the fated to suffer, meaning Aaliyah needed, she was the one that was going to be fated to suffer in this peaceful thorn among people with this old construct, this exchange of of a template. That's fucked up. That makes more sense now with the uncle it said.
Uh,
Because the uncle show said it like right after. The only reason why he did get married to her was so that they could cover up the fact that so that he wouldn't get in trouble for him messing around with no damn minor. And then once she did that, it was a downcast of pride with this artificial heart, and he didn't have talking about oh well whatever. Like he really didn't give a damn, but he just didn't want to get in trouble. He didn't care if he made Aaliyah's family pissed off or disrespected them. He was just feeling like there was a fair exchange because I'm helping her. Like I'm trying to be like queen of my king of my world, forgetting oneself. Like she forgot herself too. Well, hell, You were the person in authority of power, asshole. Yeah. Yeah, you was trying to be all calling in the storm. You know damn well that you was at the crossroads with this girl because she was done. You was getting ready to feel alone in the world when she got hooked up with Missy Elliott and Timberland and them. Shit, that nigga, she didn't need that nigga. He was jealous. Yeah, she was like, "Fuck off." Either that or he just told me fuck off. But either way, fuck you too. Shit. Talking about he want revenge. Naked up underneath the stars. Nigga, I don't give a damn. Shit. Your ass is locked the fuck up. Don't drop the soap, nigga. Okay, well, talking about coming in the dreams. Well, shit, I promise you. This is my world. You just a little baby squirrel in there. Hopefully your ass don't get no nut, nigga. I don't want to fuck with me. I'm a real G. I'm not gonna go quietly into that good night. Okay? I try to be peaceful among the thorns and shit, but when it comes to my temple and my body, trust me. When it comes to commitment, I ain't no runaway bride. I ain't gonna run away. I ain't never scared. You can't piss on me, nigga. Piss on you, bitch. There's some angers and some change and shit. He got some anger. He mad. Talk about fucked off. He changed. Yeah, he all bound up. Calling in the storm for who? Yourself? You mad? Because you addicted to pain? You addicted to all that bullshit? Don't get mad at me because Aaliyah want to come and work you up over here and I'm a motherfucking really say some shit. Talk about whatever. Artificial heart with your blind ass. Nigga, like I said, don't drop the soap, nigga. Shit. Talking about he hiding his true self. You hiding up in there, there's some atonement. Is this me? Seven door parasite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is this me? Is it me? Is this me? You in there in the motherfucking jail cell talking about is it me? Yeah, nigga. You getting atonement. Hiding your true self. Parasite. Shit. You wanted the fucking seven doors with the grumpy ass cootie coo. You want revenge and shit. You in there saying hiding your true self, talking about fuck the world, parasite, colorless angel. Talking about is this me? Whatever, I'm a colorless angel. Yeah, looking for some atonement and shit. Calling in the storm. Looking around, talking about, I'm trying to be a peaceful warrior among warriors. And nah, nigga, nah. You got too much pride. You go run the yard. This guilty regret and envious gluttony and this fragmentation and this obsession because of this sacrifice. Oh, now what? Now I know the ancestor was talking with that. I know you don't want to come over here and start messing with me. I'd like to do the ice cube or the iced tea. Have to start killing shit. Have to start marking shit. All right, so um, because the child that he or she felt like they were supposed to be because of those addictions, they basically had this downcast of pride and I ain't gonna cry for you. Well, nigga, I guess what? This temple body that you just sacrificed, okay, nigga, the temple body, the child that you were supposed to be, the groom that you were supposed to be. By you was forgetting who you were supposed to be at the crossroads with that blinded pain and gilded regret. Yep, blinded pain and guilty regret, triumph of lies, with all those obsessions and sacrifice, pre-chancing of a dream. So pay attention to some dreams. You might pay attention to that too. Alone in the world. Yup. Somebody got a mask on. Pimp down. Obsession underneath the stars. Somebody trying to trade a template, trying to trade somebody's blueprint up underneath the stars. Yep. Because of obsession and sacrifice and artificial heart and being a king and or queen of their own world, forgetting about themselves. Oh, that was the end of that one. That was dang near pretty good. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Whoever gets to see this video, I do thank Neutral for coming in instead and providing some information. And not information, but providing his energy. Backdooring the energy. Not backed up, but yeah. He helped me out with my little energy because we needed that. We've been on here for a good little minute, so about hour and 55 minutes. So that's about 2 hours pretty soon. By the time I get done putting everything together and let everybody and download it or upload it, I mean, and then everybody can see it, whether it resonates for you or not, or anybody that you know, or anybody in this matrix system or construct. Share it with them. If not, then hey, let me tell you something. If it don't happen or it has not already happened in the past and or present or future, it is because it was something that was supposed to be worked out within the forefathers and our fathers. And if there's something that we can do to help heal the template, then we need to do that, um, and work behind the scenes on other things so we could shift before the 21st or 22nd. I just saw. Um, so if there's something, you know what I'm saying, that we all need to get into the room one day and we just, you know what I'm saying, we put everybody's energy in and we just work together, that'd be cool too. So, and I'm speaking for most of all the esoteric friends, most of the esoteric group. So, and we already know who we are. Other than that, I'm still might use this to upload it to my channel for Mile High Tarot. And if you want to hook me up or look me up at milehightarot@gmail.com, or you can hit me up through here. Vernon, I know Vernon asked me a couple times about my Cash App. So I just had some things kind of go not really awry. I'm just changing some things around. So we'll do that. But hit me up. Thank you. You know, don't sit up here and try to make everything that's in this reading fit. You know, if it resonates, then let it resonate. Relax and let that shit go. You know, realize and realize the real lies. But don't try to make that shit, fit if it don't fit. Just relax and let that shit go. All right. Much love to you. Peace.